Hi everyone, it's Sherry with Queen City Stamper. Thanks for joining me today. So today I wanted to make a quick card using the Sketch Ranunculus stamp set from Simon Says Stamp. I have been away from crafting for about a month, taking care of my mother and actually fighting a sinus and ear infection myself. So just wanted to do something kind of quick, sloppy, didn't matter. And so this is what it is. Um, so I used some watercolor paper, randomly stamped some of the images from the stamp set, and then I'm using some white embossing powder to set the images, and then I will just continue stamping and embossing until I get the entire panel covered with the images. And then I took the panel and I taped it to my hardboard, and I am putting clean clear water over the entire thing. And I will be using my Mission Gold watercolors, and I'm just going in and placing colors kind of randomly. Don't really care if I stay inside the lines, go outside the lines, just putting down some color. And I'm doing this fairly quickly. I also have the video sped up so that I didn't completely bore you with all of this. So you see me here. I am adding in some yellow. And now I'm going in where I stamped some of those, looks like little buds or something. Anyway, so I'm doing some in green and some in purple. And then I will go back in and intensify some color in a couple of the areas at some point. Yep, here we go. So, yeah, I'm just going to intensify some of the colors. And then after I do that, doing the flowers, I'm going to go back in and put a little bit more green and purple in those areas as well, just to kind of get a little bit more depth of color in the actual buds themselves, not necessarily outside of them. So here we go with the purple, and I'm still being a little sloppy. Um, I didn't want to put a whole lot of thought into this part of making the card, so just plopping the color down. And I can see that I forgot uh, one of the purple ones, but I will come back and fill that in. So just a few more to go. And you may see some um, fuzzy portions within the video. I am still having a love-hate relationship with my new camera, and finally decided today maybe I should probably get out the instructions and read it. Um, would probably be a good solution. So anyway, what I'm doing here is I'm just taking some um, clear water and just trying to smooth out the edges to fill in the white spaces of the panel as well. And I'm not really concerned about colors mixing. I am trying to at least make sure I don't mix a couple of colors that would possibly turn to mud. So as soon as I get the background pretty much the way I want it, intensifying that yellow just a little bit more, then I am going to use my heat tool and completely dry the entire thing. Alright, so once this is dry, I'm going to remove it, excuse me, from the board. And then I'm using the Simon Says Stamp Basic Rectangle dies, and I cut my panel out. I'm also going to be using the Painted Happy Birthday die from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to stamp that from the panel. as well as from um, some white cardstock. And excuse that weird picture there. I had a phone call right in the middle of the video. So I'm going to adhere my panel down to a standard A4 card. And the card base is the Nina Solar White 110 pound. And then from the Happy Birthday cutouts that I did on the white cardstock, I'm going to go in and put 2 layers in the spaces where the watercolored pieces came out. Oh boy, that sounded real educational, didn't it? So what I did there is I took the little inside pieces of the B, and we'll do the same for the D and the Y's from the colored background, and stick them down because I don't want white spaces there. And then I'm going to use my Tombow, and I'm going to finish filling in the happy and the birthday with the white cutouts. So after I had all of the happy layers adhered to the panel, I placed a clear block on top just to kind of hold those in place, make sure that they really stick down. And then I'm moving to the birthday, and I'm going to put 2 layers of those die cuts down as well. Then I'll go back in and I will fill in the middle. And somewhere along here, my camera just cut off. I have no clue why, the full battery. But anyway, so when we come back, you will see that I have everything adhered down. I have the center pieces, such from the B, the Y, and the D. All of those have been put back in. I also am putting back down the actual painted portion of the die cuts on top of the white die cuts. So I just wanted to um, give it some dimension. So that's why we have the 3 layers. I also used some Copic markers while the camera was off to go in and do a little bit of shadowing around the letters so that it would help them pop just a little bit more. Last but not least, I went in and I used my Wink of Stella just to give the die cuts a little bit of shimmer. And again, off camera, I did eventually go back in and add some glossy accents over those as well. So again, just a very simple little card, no thought whatsoever. And there you have it. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will speak to you soon. Bye bye.